So, hello, my friends, and welcome to What's Up. We're coming to you from the Arlington Institute in Berkeley Springs, West Virginia. John Peterson's my name, and I get together like this every couple of weeks with my friend Gregg Braden, and we just discuss whatever's on our mind. Hi, Gregg. How you doing?
John, I am doing really well. I am, as typically, I am coming to you from our studio here in Santa Fe, New Mexico, just outside of the city. And I'm happy to be with you today. This is unscripted. We never know what
Unscripted.
we're going to talk about. You've got anything on your mind? If you don't, I've got
No, no. So
something.
what's up? So what's
Well,
up?
I thought I knew what we were going to talk about, and I just had a very interesting video conference where I was invited to mentor a 13-year-old girl working on a science project. So to honor her privacy, certainly I'm not going to share her name. And her mother was present. We required, because she was 13, that her mother be present on this call. And her mother was very cool with all of this. This young girl, so 13 years old, I believe is about eighth grade, is working on a science project, and she was given the freedom to pursue anything that tweaked her interest. And what she chose to explore is whether or not we are living in a virtual reality or a simulated reality. And I asked her for her thoughts about it before we began the conversation. She was so well informed. I mean, for a 13-year-old to be thinking along these lines, first of all, it tells me when I was in school, I'll tell you, when I was in eighth grade, my friends weren't talking about
Yeah,
whether or not we're
right.
living in a simulated reality. The science is telling us the odds are greater that we are in a simulation than that we are not, that the statistically it's over 90% probability that this is not a base reality.
Yeah, you've been talking about the simulation thing for quite a while, and long serious kind of presentations, and so and I've been following you, of course, and reading some other things about this. As I suggested earlier, David Icke's new book called "The Trap" is all about living in a simulation and what the implications of that might be, particularly to reincarnation. And what it all does, and as you know, I've had some experiences in the last couple of months, a couple of different ones that have forced me off into different space and exposed me to things that I hadn't been exposed to before. That all the big, giant questions about this whole simulation scenario. Where is the base reality, as you suggested? Yeah, as you characterize it. Where is that? How many embedded simulations are we in, and is there out there, and who designed the simulations, and who controls them? Is the
Mm.
objective of our life to extract ourselves at some time from this simulation and into some other kind of more fundamental kind of base?
And at the end, she asked two questions. She said, if we are in a simulation, what is the purpose?
Yeah,
Uh, and how does it end? She was asking. And then she was sharing with me. She said, well, if the simulation works like a computer program can end when there's too much data. That can end the program. It can end when the clock runs out. If there is a timer, we're on a
right.
countdown, that could end it. So then, and she was asking, she said, if the simulation can only hold so much information,
Right.
and now we keep recording everything that we do,
Yeah.
adding information into the system. And then what about war? When you release a nuclear detonation, that energy is a tremendous amount of information you're putting into the system. Could these things bring an end to our simulation? We had that conversation. Then, and her mom really chimed in. Her mom was very supportive. What would be the purpose? And so she asked the question, what would be the purpose? And I asked her, I said, in a simulation, who benefits from a
Mm.
simulation, whether it's an airline pilot learning to fly in a crosswind or a docking maneuver for SpaceX? Who benefits? It's the people in the simulation. For me, I'm a systems thinker. And what I see is a beautiful synergy coming together. You and I just finished another video program that's called Quartet. And the topic of that quartet was about the magnetic fields of the earth, the decline, the occasional reversal, and what the implications are. And I think that may be exactly what the timer is
Yeah.
on our simulation. If a simulation can only hold so much information, and that information is bound, the glue that holds it together is the magnetic field of our existence, and we reach a threshold where we can't hold any more information, that magnetic reversal, what it would do during the reversal, there's a point where the magnetic field drops to zero, and then it builds again with the core moving in the opposite direction. That would be the equivalent of a data wipe.
Yeah.
That would be the equivalent of at least a partial data wipe of eliminating certain levels of information held in certain portions of the magnetic field. And then as the core begins to rotate, the fields build again. We're still here. Maybe that is a reset within the simulation itself.
And for those of you who are viewers, we hope that you'll come back and be with us again. I hope you'll check out the Arlington Institute. Our website is arlingtoninstitute.org, where there's a whole lot of other good things going on. And Transition Talks in particular, which is our speaker series here in Berkeley Springs, right down the road from Washington and Baltimore. And Gregg will be with us in April or in August. And we're very much looking forward to that, as we always do. And so thanks again. Thank you, Gregg. We will come back and we'll do this all again in a couple of weeks.
Thank you so much, John. Thanks everyone for sharing part of your day with us. John, I look forward to our next. Take care.
Take care. Be well. Bye-bye.